Now let's look at Pakistan's terror playbook. Step 1, raise and fund terrorist groups. Step 2, orchestrate terror attacks across India. Step 3, deny any involvement. Step 4, demand a neutral investigation. Step 5, play victim and then repeat. Pakistan calls terrorism a rogue element problem. But let's be real here. It is a strategic choice for them. So the next time Islamabad calls for peace and dialogue, remember the script. Even better, let there be no next time. Hold Pakistan accountable this time, not by urging it to change the script, but by burning the whole playbook. Because Pakistani terrorism is not just a regional problem, it is a global threat. Our next report explains.
You may have heard the phrase, if you can't beat them, join them. It means if someone's too strong, it's better to be on the same side. Well, not if you're Pakistan. They do things differently. Their playbook is more like this. If you can't beat them, then wage terror using terror groups. Here's what we mean. Pakistan's terror playbook is no secret. It's a tattered manual they've been using for decades. Step 1. Raise, fund and arm terror groups like the Lashkar-e-Taiba and the Jaish-e-Mohammed. Step 2. Extend the army's support to the terror groups and orchestrate terror attacks in India. Step 3. Deny everything. Step 4. Demand a neutral investigation into the terror attack. And Step 5. Play the victim card by saying Pakistan suffers the most from terrorism. And then repeat this again and again. Let's start with the obvious. Pakistan is a terrorist haven. The Pakistan Army and its intelligence arm, the ISI, aren't just complicit in spreading terror, they are the architects. Every terror group that was formed in Pakistan has the Pakistani Army's approval, and they have used these proxy groups to attack India. Like the 1993 serial blasts in Mumbai. Over 250 people were killed. But the mastermind, Dawood Ibrahim, still lives freely in Pakistan despite global sanctions. The Pakistan Army's favorite VIP is still Hafiz Saeed, the terrorist who masterminded the 2001 Parliament attack and the 2008 26/11 attack in Mumbai. Saeed reportedly lives comfortably in a highly guarded residential building in Lahore. And who can forget Osama bin Laden, the most wanted global terrorist who was the mastermind of the 9/11 terror attack on the United States. Bin Laden was found and killed in a raid while living next door to a Pakistan army camp. Every time India has suffered a terror attack, it always has Pakistan's fingerprints all over it. Despite providing volumes of evidence, Islamabad just says, "Not me." Instead, Pakistan sticks to its playbook and calls for a neutral investigation. But here's the reality. No progress has been made on the 26/11 Mumbai attack trial from Pakistan's side. This is despite one of the terrorists admitting that he was sent by them. Not to mention the piles of other evidence India shared and the international condemnation that followed. Hafiz Saeed, the mastermind, still roams freely. Now let's look at the 2016 Pathankot terror attack, the one on an Indian Air Force base. India decided to give Pakistan a chance. Officials from Islamabad were invited to investigate the attack. So what did Pakistan do? They stalled investigations and gave protection to the perpetrators. Pakistan says it's a victim of terrorism too, except nobody asked them to sow the seeds of terror. That has been Islamabad's policy since partition. The truth is that India has suffered from Pakistan-sponsored terrorism for decades. The world is only waking up now. They have understood Pakistan's playbook and are tired of the crocodile tears.